You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, the game is come and gone. Thank God. The game is come and gone. If you're a Seahawks fan, you are loving life right now. Absolute dominant defensive performance last night. The Patriots, you got some things to work on, all right? You're going to have to take a look at Will Campbell at left tackle because yikes. Last night, he looked like a guard. I'm not going to kid you. So, the biggest story going into the Super Bowl, and it's not even close, was the halftime show, the alternative halftime show to Bad Bunny. And my goodness, all I got to say is it was an overwhelming success. Now that the numbers continue to come in, what I will tell you is last night at one point between Charlie Kirk's YouTube channel and Turning Point's actual YouTube channel, Rumble, and Magno News, and a couple of others, there were, while I was watching, 6.5 million people was streaming that at one time. We're finding out that number was actually a lot higher this morning. We're finding out now that at one point they had 10 million people watching that All-American halftime show. And I will tell you this, I checked before the end of the game because I was like, you know what, streaming numbers tend to get a little delayed and they start racking in. Plus you get other people that come in and want to watch. Not always at the exact moment, right, that something is live. Well, as of the end of the game, and I will tell you, this number hasn't changed a whole lot. It was 19 million people just on Turning Point's official page. The Officer Tatum, 1.2 million, had showed this. Charlie Kirk, 1.6 million. And as of this morning, 2.16 million on Rumble. All right. So the NFL got themselves a hell of a message. And I got to tell you, to have 25 million people before the end of your football game, having watched this All-American halftime show, 25 million people without a major network showing it. We have not gotten the television numbers in yet. We don't know what they are. It was on the Charge Network, and I believe it was on the TBN Network. They lost X last night. All right, before they started the show, they said due to licensing rights, they couldn't stream it on X like they originally was going to do. That would have put up some more big numbers. But there was some news that broke, and it just broke this morning from Fox News. Let's check it out.
Andrew, I watched your show. It was great. How did you do? Do you have a sense of how many people watched?
Yeah, it was kind of blew our minds actually a little bit, Brian. And we saw at one point across all the different social channels, we saw over 10 million concurrent views. So that was adding up all of Rumble and all of our partners just on the social side. So, and now the numbers keep trickling in. I mean, right now as I'm sitting here, YouTube's numbers keep updating. And so we're trying to put it all together. What I can safely say is that we are now over 20 million viewers across just social. So we haven't even gotten our partner broadcasters, their analytics. As you know, sometimes the ratings take a little while, but that's 20 million viewers, and we don't know how many.
Okay, like I just said, I just added them up before I hit record, you're over 25 million now.
Many people were gathered together, 3, 4, 10 in a room watching together. So we're going to try and put a final number on that when we can. What we can safely say is over 20 million Americans tuned in to the All-American Halftime Show tonight. So we are going to commit to doing this again next year. We're going to do another halftime show for the country next year. So wow. I'm breaking a little news here, Brian. 20 million at very minimum. I think that number is going to go higher, 40, maybe even 50 in the next 24 hours. So I can tell you that's a shot across the bow. People are paying attention. And, you know, if you give us a year to plan this thing, I'm really excited to see what we can pull off. But we got to do it for the country. And this was a massive success, and we were grateful to do it.
Wow. Wow. So you heard that. I wanted to play it. That just got announced. They will be doing the All-American Halftime Show again next year. They didn't have a lot of time to put this one together. It was pretty cool seeing Kid Rock sing a song, and they introduced him with his actual name, which I was like, damn, that's Kid's real name. I thought it was cool. Wow. They think the numbers could end up hitting 40 or 50 million on this thing. Yeah. You absolutely decide to do one again, of course. I would like to see sort of a mixture of what they did yesterday with maybe a rock band of whether they can like land a Creed or somebody like that and get them in there. My God, rest in peace. I would have said Three Doors Down. Their lead singer just passed away over the last couple of days. Would have been a good one. Stained, Aaron Lewis would be a great one. If they could somehow land him and get him in there, I can't imagine he wouldn't consider doing it. John Schneider would be a great one as well, just to get, even if you just get him on there to sing Just the Good Old Boys, the theme song to the Dukes of Hazzard or something like that. I've got him. I'm on his. I'm friends with him on Facebook. I don't know. Anyway, so nonetheless, it was awesome. It really was. And some people are going to see this, oh my God, political. No, they did not get into politics during this at all. At all. I mean, it was just, hey, we're putting on a show. That was it. Somebody called it almost had like a CMT award show kind of feel where, they get up there and they just play music. And it was good. It was good. I'd be very interested to see what they could come up with when given more time. But yeah, when you get that many viewers, like I said, he said 20 million. I can tell you for a fact it's 25 right now. So in an hour, I mean, from the time they put this, that was last night. That was Brian Kilmeade's show last night after the game. So by this morning, the number was 25 million. So anyway, there you go. I mean, it's pretty much back to regular football conversation, from this point on. But this was far and away the biggest story around the Super Bowl. It just sort of is what it is, and I'm always going to talk about whatever the biggest thing is around the game or in the game. Oh, Patriots, what are you doing? My God. Man, that offensive line looked like last year's offensive line. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.